Hey, hi, welcome guys. Welcome back to our channel, which is Pybron. Today, I'm going to discuss about decision tree practical implementations, which we had seen in our class. So, in the last class, what we had discussed in the last session, we had discussed about the decision tree. What is the decision tree? How the decision tree is going to work? What are the mathematics behind of that? I'll add the link for the last video with this video so that you can watch that video first, then only you should jump here, because it's a kind of thing. Before knowing mathematical implementations of the decision tree, you should not jump here for sure, because see, implementation part is very easy, very easy. But in the interview, no one will ask the implementation of decision tree. Everyone will ask the mathematics behind of that. What are how you are going to select the root nodes, everything. What is the Gini index? What are the information gain? Everything they are going to ask. They are not going to ask any single question with the coding itself. Even though I have till now I have experience. Till my experience, I got this key. No one is going to ask the coding section. Okay, if you are good in coding, then well and fine. But yes, concept wise you should know. Okay, hope you understood. So this is the some video where we are going to implement the decision tree from the scratch. And I'm requesting to everyone, guys, please watch this video carefully, because this is the video. Something after this video, I will come up with the deployment part. Means we will deploy the project on the kind of one of the production server, and how the machine learning algorithm is going to be work, that we will see. Okay, so without getting delay, I would like to directly jump the problem statement. What is the problem statement here? Basically, this is the problem statement in front of you. You can see my screen. So what is that? For the project, will exploring the policy available data from the leadingclub.com, and leading club contain the people who need money, borrowers with the people who have the money, means kind of investors. Okay, hopeful as an investor, you would want to invest the people who showed the profile of having high probability of paying you back. Means basically, let's suppose I am an investor and I want to invest on you. So what I will see, whether you will revert me back or not, right? So that the problem statement, whether you are able to revert me back whatever money I'm going to invest you or not. So with the problem statement, hope everyone is clear with this problem statement. So we have some features like a credit policy. One, if the customer meet the credit underwriting and criteria to leadingclub.com, and zero otherwise. Means one, if he is meeting the criteria, zero means not meeting. Basically, kind of thing. Suppose you want to take a loan. So if you are going to take a loan, online loan, you are going to approve, right? So what they are what the thing they are going to check, they are checking your credit score, right? And that credit score is going to be checked with the various parameter, like your PAN number. With the PAN number, they will check what are the loans are going on, how many credit card you are holding, how your credit card bill is going to be paid. Everything they are going to check. Everything they are going to check. At behalf of that, they are going to find credit score, and behalf of that credit score, they are going to approve your loan. So this problem is kind of that only. One is purpose. Again, suppose someone is taking the loan for the home, or that they are going to invest somewhere, and from where they are getting money. Rate of interest, you can say. Installment, how they are installment, they are what the installment price it is. And annual income, what is his annual income. Okay, FICO day with the credit line, revolve balance, the borrower, everything is written. I will put this code on a GitHub repository. Okay, so anyone who want to take a look into this, they can go to my GitHub repository. Link I will give in the description. They can go through the my GitHub repository. They can download from there. And here is the target column. You can see what is the target column. Okay, we'll explore, then we'll let you know what is the target column here. Okay, so this is the data set. Okay, this is the problem statement, basically, not a data set. And also, if you want to take a data set, then you can just click on that, then you will can download a data set in the form of the CSV. Right now, let's I distributed complete Jupyter notebook file into different section. First, importing the package. So let me import all packages first. So Basically what we are going to do, we are going to import the all the necessary packages what is the required to deal with this kind of data set. So you can import like this. I imported the pandas and sklearn and decision tree because we are going to deal with the decision tree algorithm. Then matplotlib for visualization purpose. Sequence is also used to visualization purpose. And yes, I am able to I'm able to means load the data set. And if you want to check the data set how it look like, just click on that. So you can see credit policy 1 means he meet the criteria, and here is the target column is this, not fully paid and fully paid. This is the not fully paid means 0 means he not fully paid, and 1 means he paid fully. Okay, so this is the criteria, these are the input feature, and this is the target column, you can say. Okay, purpose, what is the purpose, what for which purpose this person took this loan, so that is the there. Okay, so hope you understood. Now I could see now what we can do, we can apply some EDA techniques over there. How we, what are the EDA techniques we are going to, we loaded our data set, right? No doubt. Now we are going to apply some EDA techniques on the top of that. What are the things we can do here? We can check the data type of the data frame. What are the data types of that? Means suppose there are the different features are right, credit policy, purpose, int rate, and installment. These are different data type, right? So we can check the data type. What are the data type we have? What are the shape of the data type? Because at the end we should know what is the shape of that. You can see purpose is object. Yes, we can see also object class. And apart from that, everything is fine. Int float is fine, because before going to apply the machine learning algorithm, we have to convert our object data type in the form of the integer or float. Otherwise it will not work, because machine will only understand number, not any string kind of data, right? So here all the column, you can see all the columns having integer or float form only, except purpose column. So we have to convert that purpose in the form of string or something, right? Okay, we'll see that all the things, we will see all the things. And now if you want to check the, if you want to see is there any null value present or not, that also we can check using the describe function. So how it is going to work, see, if you can see all column, yes, if you can see count, there is a count, right? So count wala means all column having the same count, 9 5 7 8. And also if you can see shape of the data set is 9 5 7 8 comma 14, right? So you can say there is a 9 5 7 8 rows and 14 columns we have. So all column is okay, means all column is fine, means they don't have any missing values. So then mean value is more, means what, each column, see this is the integer kind of data, so we can find a mean of that. Mean, how we are finding that, mean, and then standard deviation, everything with the help of describe function we can get all those things. It's a very beautiful function, guys, you can use that. And there is a one thing, head function. How the head function is going to be work, okay, how the head function is going to work, let's see. So it will give you kind of top first rows. Let's suppose if you want to check the bottom 5 rows, then you can probably use the tail function you can use. So it will give last 5 rows. Okay, now we'll do the exploratory data analysis, because exploratory data analysis is very, very important here, guys. Very, very important in the sense of, you can say, means without this you cannot do anything in the sense of anything you cannot do. Okay, so basically what we are going to do, okay, so we are going to check the credit policy first. Credit policy is what we are going to check how many credit policy we have. Okay, so yeah, you can see credit policy 0 means how many 0 we have, 7710. And how many ones, how many ones we have, 7710. And how many zeros we have, 1868. Okay, and suppose if this is the fine, but if you want to represent these things in the form of the graph, that also we can do. Yes, you can see very beautifully. See, we have you can see number of 1 is more than number of 0. If you can go to upside, you can see number of 1 we have 7710, and number of zeros we have 1868. And with the graph also we can see same thing, right? With the graph is also indicating the same things. So basically these things I already covered in my visualization video. So whoever are not understanding what is that, I'll explain this in here also. No worries, it's not a big deal. Here what we are going to do, we are going to set some style and figure size here 20,10, and this is the column name, which column you want to plot the graph, and this is the data frame. Here is the data frame, and that's all. And with this you can plot the graph. Okay, now once this part has been done, so next is what? Next we would like to see credit policy. Okay, credit policy. What is the credit policy basically? Okay, so credit policy, what is the credit policy? Just go to the data set, and what is the credit policy? Let's see the credit policy. What is the credit policy here? Okay, so credit policy 1 means that person fulfill the criteria, and 0 means they did not match the criteria. Okay, so credit policy, if credit policy is matched, then there is a one thing. What is that? Wait a minute, there is a one thing, FICO. FICO is nothing but credit score, you can say. Okay, so credit score means, see, the person having good credit score, then they are liable for the loan. They are eligible to take a loan, any kind of loan. If your credit score will not good, then you will not able to take a loan, any kind of loan. So I am checking whether which credit policy is 0, which credit policy is 0. So what is the credit score for that? And which credit policy is 1, what is the credit score for that? Okay, so if I am trying to run this, you can see blue wala line. If you can see this graph, I'll zoom it if you need that. So it's visible. So credit policy 0 means you can say they did not fulfill their criteria. And with the graph also you can see blue line having less credit score, 650, but 1, which credit policy is 1, they extremely high credit score, right? So I can say credit policy is very very important factor of this credit score. Okay, to calculate the credit score. Okay, so this is the things. With this you can represent. Similarly, we can check for the you can check the credit policy, and yes, we can do that. And next we can check the purpose, for which purpose people are taking loan more. Okay, for which purpose people are taking the loan more. So you can see debit consolidation, people are taking the loan, means more loan for this purpose, debit consolidation. Okay, and you can say with this graph what we are saying, whoever taking the loan for the this debit consolidation, number of debit consolidation, how many loan approved? More than 3,000. And how many not paid? You can say only this, less than or more than 500 not paid. Similarly, whoever took the loan for the credit card is around 1,000, more than 1,000. And how many not paid? How many not paid? This many not paid. Okay, so this graph is showing like this. Okay, cool. Next, what we can do, next we can check the linearity. What is the linearity? Basically, I discussed this thing in my stat class. Okay, stat video. If you can watch that stat video, it will be helpful. What I'm going to check, I'm going to check rate of interest and FICO. Okay, and credit policy on the hue, and column is not fully paid. Okay, so I'm going to plot the graph. What is the relationship between rate of interest and not fully paid? You can see it's a linear decrement. Means if rate of interest is high, then people are not going to pay. Means they are not able to pay complete money. If rate of interest is low, then people are able to pay. People are able to revert the money. Okay, so this is the kind of graph. Now setting up the data, and let's get ready for that. And now what I am going to do here, I'm going to check the information about the data set. I'm going to check the information. There is an info method, it will give everything. See, there is no null value. You can see none of the column having any null value. Okay, so no need to worry about the missing value imputation here. Okay, it's a very pretty straightforward data set. So I took that bit by bit. I will make a difficult data set. Okay, so it will take a lot of time for the EDA processing. Okay, next, everything is fine, looks fine. Only purpose column we have to we have to do the label encoding. So categorical feature, see, you can see, notice that the purpose column as a categorical. That means we need to transform them using the dummy variable, so sklearn will be able to understand them. Let's do this at one clean step using pd.getDummies. There is a two kind of label encoding. One is one hot encoding, another is label encoding. How the one hot encoding is going to work, I'll show you in a while. Just give me a moment. First of all, I'll make a list for kind of categorical column. So here only one column which having data type is object. So I made a column for that. Next, what I'm going to say, I'm going to check the shape of the data set once. So yes, this is the fine. And now what I'm going to do, just try to understand. I'm going to do something pd.getDummies. How it is going to work, just try to understand here. Let me share my whiteboard. So how the dummies wala work, let's suppose in a column, in separate column, there is a three kind of data, 1, 2 and 3, right? And how the pd.getDummies is going to work, it will create different category, for different category separate column, 1, 2, 3. 3 column they created. 1, this is for 1, this is for 2, this is for 3. Okay, so let's suppose 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now wherever 1 is there, it will set there 1, and remaining thing will set for 0. Similarly, for 2, let's suppose 2 came. So 2, for 2, here it will set 0, and wherever 2, it will set 1, and remaining will be 0. Hope you understood. pd.getDummies will work like this. Okay, so I'll show you that also. Clear diagram, I'm doing that. And you can see what is the shape right now. Shape is 14. And now I converted my categorical data type, categorical column into label encoding. And afterwards, if you want to check df.final, 1 minute, df.final.shape, if you can check this shape, you can see it become 19. Why it become 19? Because in that purpose column having 5 category, if you want to check that also, I'll show you. Okay, so just give me a moment. df purpose, pure purpose dot value count. You can call the value count method. Okay, it's not working, 1 minute. Okay, here it is working, so most probably it should work. Yeah, you can see David consolidation. We have how many category we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 7. And initially it was 14. And means what is going to be done, it is going to five important category like debit consolidation, all others. It is taking it as it is going to make a separate column. And if you want to check that how the data set look like, final data set, df final, you can see here. So which column? Purpose column we converted, right? Go there, purpose credit, purpose debit, purpose education, purpose home improvement, and purpose major purpose, purpose small business. Yes, they did not consider this education wala. Okay, why? Because it's a less number of kind of data, so it removed that. Hope you understood the one hot encoding. One hot encoding. This technique is known as the one hot encoding. In the coming video, I'll make a separate video for the one hot encoding and label encoding. For this video, this is only, okay, because it will take a long time to explain here. So here is the df dot means in the initial data frame what are the columns we have, this is, and final data frame what are the columns we have, that is this is. Okay, so because why it happened I already told you, right? So if we are going to do one hot encoding, then it is going to create a separate column for each category, right? So that's what. Now let's understand the one hot encoding also and label encoding. One hot encoding in the same column, let's suppose in the purpose column we have 4 category. So 4 category we are going to mark it as a 0 1 2 3. Let's suppose let's suppose I'll tell you 1 minute. Let's suppose we have this, we have purpose column, and in the purpose column we have 5 category A B C D, and each value we are going to map with the some number 0 1 2 3 4 5 like this. So this is known as the label encoding. uh, but in case of one hot encoding, what is going to be happen, just try to understand with this graph also you can able to understand. Let's suppose we have this many category A B C D E F G, and for each category we are going to create a separate column, and wherever the value will present, that value will be 1, remaining will be 0. Hope you understood label encoding and one hot encoding. Now we are going to do the label encoding also, so you can able to understand what I'm going to do. I did a label encoding. Okay, so what we did, just try to, this is for your understanding, we already done one hot encoding, no need to do, this is for your understanding purpose ki how the label encoding is going to be work. So now what we did, so we are going to map Paris we are going to map with some number 1, Chennai we are going to map with 2, like this. So this is known as the one hot label encoding. Now once you're done, then we have to do some correlation, we have to check the correlation. What is the correlation and why we are checking this? Because here 19 columns are there, right? 19 columns are there. So which column is playing important role to achieve our target? So for that purpose we should know correlation factor. Okay, so correlation factor it is giving the output. See, it is giving the value from from -1 to +1. Okay, negative sign is indicating it is highly correlated but in the negative direction. Positive sign is indicating it is highly correlated in the positive direction. Okay, so both are important, but the value which are near to 0, let's suppose this case, if you can see case of PUB RUC. So here, not this one, dealing 2 years. So you can see this value is 0.008. It's highly, near to 0. Okay, so this column we can remove because this is not going to play any important role to achieve our target. If you want to see these things in the form of, a graph, that also we can do using the heat map. So yes, with the heat map you can see how it look like. Okay, I'll make a separate video for this because it's a kind of EDA we have to. Now what we can do, we are going to split our data set into training and testing. So that we always used to do, it's a part of our, applying the machine learning algorithm. Once it is done, so you can check the shape of the data training and testing. So it's a 4662. Now I'm going to apply my machine learning algorithm. So let me apply the machine learning algorithm decision tree. I imported a decision tree from the sklearn package, and now I'm creating the object for decision tree classifier. Okay, why it is classifier? Because you can call the decision tree regressor also, but it's a classification problem, so that's what I call the decision tree classifier. Now this is done. Now you can fit your training data set and the decision tree. Okay, so that is done. Next, what we can do, we can check the confusion matrix. And confusion matrix, yes, that is very, very important, how to work with the confusion matrix. Now 1 minute, let me predict the y value. So basically we have y value, Now I'm going to predict the y value with my model. Okay, what is the actual y value, boss? So y test, if you can see, okay, if you can see, I will show you dot values in the form of arrays, so it will give me correct answer. And if you can see y predict, what is the y predict? Okay, so see, first value, actual first value is 0, and predicted first value is also 0, right? So approximately same. And if you want to check the accuracy, if you want to check the accuracy, that also we can do. 1 minute, I'll show you the accuracy. Okay, so here is the accuracy. The accuracy is around 73%. Okay, most probably we can increase the accuracy. How? See, if you can see this, if you can remove this column, this REC and 2 years wala column, maybe your accuracy will increase. In the upcoming video, I will show you how to improvise your accuracy also. Okay, no worries. Okay, so hope it's done. Okay, we got the accuracy and we got the classification report. If you want to check your accuracy score or confusion matrix, first we'll see the confusion matrix, how it is working. See, try to understand this thing. It's very important, guys, very important. Okay, so this is my actual value, you can say actual value, and this is my predicted value. Okay, so here 1310 is actually what is, you can say, actually revert back the money. And means machine is also saying that he reverted, and actually it is reverted. 271 cases are where he is actually reverted, but machine is saying no, he not reverted. Okay, similarly here 242 cases are saying he not reverted, but our algorithm is saying he reverted. And 63 are those cases where machine is saying he not reverted, and actually also not reverted. This is the confusion matrix. I have a separate video on the confusion matrix also, you can watch that. Now if you want to check the accuracy, you can check the accuracy. Okay, so 73%, and classification report also giving 73%, right? Hope you enjoy this session. In the coming video, I will show you how to deploy this model into the production. Meanwhile, thanks for watching this. If you really like this video, then please do subscribe. Thank you for that.